maybe being by yourself with a mess might have its benefits. Hello, my name is Christina, and on this channel I talk about MS and not only. And today I would like to share with you some thoughts on something which might sound a little bit controversial, but hear me out, okay? I do think that sometimes for some people in some situations, being alone with MS might have its benefits. Okay, so that's what I base my idea on. It's based on my experience and the experience of some of my friends with aggressive and really active types of MS. So we're not speaking about relapse and remitting MS here because it's a completely different story and I know nothing about it. So I have zero experience in it. Unfortunately, I've never had it. Well, whereas like I have a lot of experience with aggressive MS. So when I was diagnosed with my aggressive MS, my life wasn't treating me well. I was left all alone, like my parents died, and I was at university. I had to work because I needed money, and at the same time, I had aggressive MS. So I had a lot of relapses. My progression went really, really quickly. I think in about a year, I could not even walk normally anymore. But I had to work and I had to finish university, and I also really, really wanted to see this life, to travel and things like that. So I don't think that in my head I even had this idea that, for example, after treating each of my relapses, I would not recover. Yes, I didn't recover fully, but so I always recovered to the level when I could continue my life, when I could continue to do things and work and study and socialize. I have always had a very active social life. And I always knew that there's nobody to do it for me, like literally nobody. Like it's not just me who I always have to take care of for. It's also my grandmother, who is also alone. She's my only relative and she's old. So, and I think this idea that I have to do things somehow it did some magic that always made me live and even live with very bad MS. Like I have a lot of symptoms, and I had periods when I couldn't walk at all, but I still managed, I don't know, magically to do things. And I noticed that, for example, when I'm in situations when for quite a long period of time, I I live a little bit more comfortably, where I get help when I'm taken care of. I do love it, of course, but I start to notice that my mess becomes even more prominent. It's not like it's extremely prominent even without it, but you know, when you can say that I'm not okay, you know, you can say that my body is giving up. It's in times when I'm taken care of. And even my psychologist noticed it because I have known her for like 10 years, and we kind of meet on and off. Like when I do need her help, like I start therapy again. And my friends have the same experiences. The ones who also were not likely to have a family or relatives at the time of diagnosis. And at the same time, I have spent my fair share at hospitals. I have seen dozens of patients, and the ones who, for example, quit their job and only started to depend on their spouse, and because their spouses were like, no, 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 you mustn't do anything, I will do everything for you. And you can see that even, for example, let's say I've had MS and aggressive MS for 15 years, and they have had it for 3 or 4 years, but we kind of share the same experiences. And I don't know, I need to investigate this topic. And it's a really, really bad situation because, like, I do want help, and I really appreciate when somebody cares for me or helps me. Like, I keep working, I keep doing things, but they're like, okay, I don't need to make dinner, I don't need to tidy up as much. I know that if I fall down in the bathroom, I can probably get some help without having to try to get up myself. And I think little by little, all of these kind of takes some pieces of from me. And I'm trying to find a good way out of it, so to find this balance. not just living my extremely difficult life and like being with somebody who I love and who helps me, but at the same time trying not to give up completely with my mess, because sometimes I'm on the edge of giving up because I'm really tired. Like 15 years with aggressive MS. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I opened my eyes in the morning, and I feel like this, of course. So I don't know. Can you share your experiences with me? Have you ever noticed it? Maybe you have relatives with MS. Maybe you have aggressive MS yourself. Um, I don't know. What do you think? I really genuinely want to know, and I wish you all a good day. Mwah. See you soon.